Well, hello. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sara Newton. I'm 33 years old. I just moved to Los Angeles 2 months ago from Montana. Shut the fuck up, I'm filming! I found this place on Craigslist. Kind of interesting living in a one-bedroom apartment with another family. They live in the living room and I live in the bedroom. I eat, sleep, and breathe comedy. Now, I may not look like it, but I am in tip-top shape. Look at this! I listen to comedy stand-up radio. I write comedy. I work for a romantic comedy producer. My friends and I are doing a comedy podcast. But for the life of me, I cannot get on stage and do my stand-up. Ultimately, I need to be able to do my stand-up again. It was everything to me. It was my life. It was the reason I came to LA. It was what got me out of the trenches of extreme depression with my breakup. And it is so much a part of me that I'm just letting it drift away. My mornings consist of reading the BBC News and the Craigslist missed connections to see if anyone wrote anything about me from the night before. There was an ad that said, tall, stunning blonde, petite frame. Petite's a subjective word. My favorite sport in the world is softball. I've played it since I was 11. I was on like 4 different teams in Montana, and so when I moved here, I've been trying to get on a team here in LA, but no one in LA will let me play with them. So that's been kind of lonely. That's the hard thing about moving to a big city like this is the alienation that the city, gives you. You don't really connect with anybody. It takes so much effort to meet people, and oftentimes it can be really depressing. I don't have any friends.
Really?
Yep. Except for Tom. All right, so I'm on my way to work to my fancy catering job, driving my trusty steed that I drove all the way from Montana to California. It's a 1984 Subaru, the junkiest car in LA. An archaeologist approached me the other day and said, "Excuse me, miss, but that thing belongs in a museum." That was fucking terrible. Don't use that. Okay, son of a... Who died? Somebody's having a bad day. Okay. Take the goddamn picture, Tom!
Sara, this is a video.
Alright. 2 months ago, before I moved to Los Angeles, I was working as a detention officer in a jail. I guess it was like a CO. My first week there was pure hell. It was extremely difficult to walk up to a man who had strangled a woman to death and tell him to make his bed. But by a year going by, I kind of took on a mama bear approach with the inmates, with a respectful way of handling things, and I could just walk by a cell and growl like, "Ah!" And these grown men would jump up and be like, "Oh, my bad, Officer Newton. I'll make my bed." Before I was a sheriff's officer, I lived in Palestine, in the West Bank, in Ramallah. I taught English at an all-girls Islamic private school. I tutored in English. I taught English as a foreign language, and I tutored the ambassador of Oman in diplomatic language. So some things I'd like to change about myself would definitely be my sense of fashion. I have 3 shirts, 1 pair of shorts, 2 pants, and a pair of dress pants. I just don't really know where to go to find clothing. I try to look at the women around me, but I'm at a loss. A thing that I really want to change about me also would be my stage fright.
We're in business.
So this was my first paid gig as a stand-up comic. It was in Montana, opening for Andrew Rivers. I had taped the $20 that I got paid across, but yeah. Too much. Good God.